Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Tabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a pretty interesting show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want today's full show before it comes out, it is streaming for free on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We have that pinned in the comment section below. You can check out the DREAMERSPRO podcast. Let me get into this topic here. This particular show has no format. Usually before we produce content, I usually sit down and kind of go through my thoughts before I decide to say, okay, let's produce this particular topic here. But this one, I just want to speak more from the heart and more from my chest. Listen, this Josh Giddey situation has me questioning a lot of things. Has me questioning the way sports media is being covered, and is really showing me who's free and who's not. A lot of people like to talk about, oh, I'm my own boss and all of this stuff. I'll forget all of that. When it comes time to say what you really think, then we'll know if you're your own boss and you're truly free. Very few people are truly free. Very few people. One of the people that I do admire, and we're going to have him on the show next week, is Marcellus Wiley. We're going to have Marcellus Wiley on the show, and we're going to be talking about that situation that came up. I already mentioned it to him, so he's fully aware of that. And what I respect about Marcellus is that he's willing to go there. He's willing to go there. He's willing to have the uncomfortable conversations. And even if it means going at one of his peers, then he'll do it. And I respect that about him. He's not up there about twerking it up and protecting this guy. As he says, I'm never going to protect. What is it? He's always gonna. He's not gonna suffer the fools or whatever. That's what he says. He's all about letting the truth speak. And I've been looking at this coverage of this Josh Giddey matter, and I'm quickly beginning to realize that there's a lot of politics that goes into sports media. A lot of politics. We like to think that it's an even playing field when in reality it's not. It's not. There's certain things you can say and there's certain things you cannot say. I've also noticed that there's certain people in media that we have decided are always going to be villains. And there are other people in media that we've decided that are always going to be heroes. And as I'm thinking about this Josh Giddey situation, a few things are on my mind. One of them is this. I just recently sat back and listened to Stephen A. Smith talk about the reason why he's refusing to cover the Josh Giddey stories because none of the facts are out and there's still an ongoing investigation. And yesterday, we see them stop their show, ESPN First Take, to report that Von Miller had allegedly assaulted his pregnant girlfriend or wife or whatever it is. And recently he just turned himself into authorities. And after the news broke, they figured out that they had enough information to cover that story. But the Josh Giddey story, they have yet to cover it because they're still waiting on more information, which to me exposes the blatant hypocrisy. And as I'm thinking about it, I began to think of, what if instead of Josh Giddey, it was Kyrie Irving, or maybe LeBron James. But in this particular example, let's focus on Kyrie Irving. What if it was Kyrie Irving that was being accused of having a relationship with a minor? What would the coverage be? Well, we recently put up a poll on our channel about an hour or so ago, and I asked the question. I said, what if Josh Giddey was LeBron or Kyrie Irving? What would the response be from the media, for the media? First option was they would wait for the facts before covering it. The second option was it would be all over the news every hour. Of the 1,200 people that have voted in the past hour, 89% said it would be all over the news. Some said it would definitely get covered if it was Kyrie Irving with the exact same situation. He said, hell, or the person said, hell, if she was 18, they would still make assumptions about Kyrie Irving. And that was the reoccurring sentiment in the comments section. And the reason I believe that Kyrie Irving would have been crucified for the story is based on what we saw take place less than a year ago. Let me just jog some of you guys' memory. Here's what took place a year ago. When Kyrie Irving was a Brooklyn Net, he made a post, right? He posted a film that was apparently about the black Jews or something like that. He posted it on his Twitter. Now, here's the irony. He posted it without really saying anything on his Twitter. Then somehow, some way, this film was picked up, or the media picked it up, and apparently this film had anti-Semitic tropes in it, according to various publications, other news publications that had reviewed the movie. And the minute that news came out, the entire machine kicked in on Kyrie Irving. The entire machine. Nike dropped him immediately. Phil Knight put out a comment and said, "We do not abide by people making anti-Semitic statements." And I'm like, when did Kyrie Irving make a statement? What exactly did Kyrie say? All he did was put out a post. Stephen A. Smith, Shaq, Charles Barkley, LeBron James, everybody came for Kyrie Irving. That he needed to be more sensitive about the matter. That anti-Semitism won't be promoted. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, what did Kyrie actually say? On top of that, Nets owner Joe Tsai suspended Kyrie Irving without pay, made him pay, I think, $500,000, and he was forced to go through sensitivity training. This was because of a tweet. Kyrie came back after being flogged by the media and all of these people. And then I sat back and I said to myself, had this been the same Kyrie that was in the position of Josh Giddey, you would have to be deaf, dumb, and blind to believe that the media would not be all over the story, that people would be already coming to conclusions, that they would already decided that Kyrie Irving was guilty. And a certain part of me knows this to be the fact. And I believe a lot of you out there watching this show also know that had this story been about Kyrie Irving, it would have been on the news every hour on the hour. Everybody would have been talking about it because it fits the stereotype, in this case, of Kyrie Irving. And to me, this is what's disturbing. I have nothing against whites. My best friend is white. Marco, he's an Italian. What I am concerned with, though, however, is moral consistency. Keeping it real with yourself, keeping it real with others. If you're going to cover all of these various people, then cover everybody. If you're not going to cover everybody, then don't cover anybody. But for us to witness the juxtaposition of Josh Giddey and Von Miller, and to see how the Josh Giddey situation was immediately covered. And I mean, the Von Miller situation was immediately covered, and the Josh Giddey situation is we're still waiting for more information to come out, to me speaks volumes. And the excuses that I'm hearing from these people, quite frankly, do not suffice. Waiting for more information does not suffice. Some people are saying these are two different situations because Von Miller is going into police custody. Let me ask you a simple question. Because he's going into police custody, does that mean that he did it? Help me figure this out. Kevin Porter Jr., he was also, I believe, arrested by the police. Does that mean he did it? Because based on what we're hearing, there are various facts still coming out. There are more facts coming out. So basically that means that every single person that has gone into police custody has been guilty. What are you saying exactly? People are looking for anything to justify their prejudice. Anything. So whoever walks into a police station is guilty. Is this what you're telling me? Is this what we're being told? So we've already decided that Von Miller's guilty. So in this case, you already decided that Josh Giddey is innocent. What would you base that off of? You would say, well, based off of the fact that we don't have more information. Do we have all the information for Von Miller? But you're quite comfortable coming to that assumption. This shows a crack in the system. And to me, it's disheartening to see it. Because now I'm seeing some people not keeping it real. You're not keeping it real. And whenever you now start hollering about black power and all of this stuff, I know that you're only using that as something to serve you in that particular moment. I can never take you seriously anymore. Black power what? I stand up for blacks when? When it's convenient, when it's easy, when there's nothing on the line. It's a damn shame. People making $5, $6, $7, $8 million a year, running and hiding, And I got to ask the question. As a Nigerian Igbo man, I got to ask, what y'all be doing with your money? You're making $5 million a year. What do you do with your money? People don't invest it? Well, I don't get it. I was listening to Young Jeezy, to go off topic. Young Jeezy said he looked at hip hop or rap as his hustle to get to his real hustle, which was becoming a businessman. So he went through rap. He's making all of his money as a musician to now invest it into other business to take his business to the next level. And these guys, what are you doing? What are you buying? Cold cuts? What, y'all getting $500 haircuts? What are you doing? Flying private? I don't understand it. If I'm making $2 million a year, I'm looking at my wife right now. If I'm making $2 million a year and I'm not investing at least half of that, and I'm still running around afraid to give my opinion because I'm afraid somebody's gonna take it away. If they take it away, you deserve to have it taken away. What are you doing with your money? You're supposed to be saying yourself. I'm not talking about putting it in the bank. To me, I don't understand any of this. Any of this, I don't understand it. These are my thoughts. It may seem like a bit of a ramble, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. Maybe some of you guys understand where I'm coming from. Some of you won't. Just wanted to share my thoughts on this video. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we catch you guys on the next show. Peace.